And we're live. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm fired up.
Of course, we are with all of these massive updates coming to Reactor and Matrix on the way. How can we not be fired up?
Yes, sir. I love getting in here early too to just kind of build some anticipation, get the people coming in. Do we have a lounge music option, by the way? I feel like we should get that set up.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll look into that.
All right, let's give it a few minutes here. Video live as well, so I can turn on my camera.
Yes, sir. We already have 40 people watching.
Awesome. But also some of the updates with Reactor, which are very exciting. I don't know if you've seen the new updates to the website yet, but we've improved the brand imagery quite a bit, which is huge for us as we expand and grow, especially in our talks with VCs and other potential large investors and partners. And it's already recording as well, right? We don't even have to wait till 3 minutes from now.
Yes, yes, it is.
Perfect. Well, I'm just going to start screen sharing and walking through some stuff. I'm excited, and hey, it's being recorded, so glad some of you guys are here a couple minutes early. Let's do it. Give me a second. Pulling stuff up. Alrighty. So guys, we have some updates that we pushed to the website. These updates help make our focus more cohesive. You can see our branding, it's very prominent. We talk more clearly about our focus. We have a more clear breakdown of our solutions, of Earn with ARC, which I still believe is a big part of our growth plan, and improved branding across the board for the different products. So Reactor now has its own unique look versus, having the same UI as every other competitor out there. Protocol being updated. It's going to look similar to Uniswap with their own dramatic flair. And then Matrix is really going to stand out. So you can see our partners. We did a better breakdown for our solutions, why you would go with us. We have some of the best privacy and security. We have encrypted processing. You have personalization, and we're highly efficient in general, just as we always have been. We have our apps, our legal resources, community links. So overall, it's a pretty clean update. Here is Matrix, which you can see we're coming out with more information about it. If you guys aren't sure about Matrix or you haven't heard what it is yet, it's essentially the privacy shield for AI. You can take any model out of the box, connect it to Matrix, and enjoy homomorphic encryption, meaning that you could use Grok or you could use ChatGPT, and you wouldn't have to worry about Sam Altman or Elon seeing your data. The data is in a box, and because of our encryption, it's fully secure, and it's actually owned by your MetaMask wallet and your private key. So this is part of really a unique part of our stack that other.
All right, guys, there seem to be some problems with the connection. Give us a minute to fix that. All right, guys, hold up for a minute. TJ is going to be right back in a couple of minutes with a breakdown of more exciting updates for our website, Reactor and Matrix. Some connectivity problem, we're fixing that at the moment. And TJ is back.
Hey there, guys. Sorry about that. My internet was having some issues. Where was I? I kept walking through Matrix.
Yeah. You were in the middle of the Matrix website page, kind of talking about its utility and unique features. So you stopped somewhere in the middle of the page.
Excellent. So I was probably right about here.
Yep.
Great. Yeah, guys, of course, you know how Matrix works. I kind of I talked about it briefly earlier. But AI agents are going to be able to use it. Anyone who needs confidentiality with their models is going to be able to use it. Banks, healthcare, the government. We did a case study with the federal government, and they're to use Matrix. They'd save over $100 billion a year. They use it across all the different federal agencies. For example, the IRS and all these other agencies. If the individual employees had access to AI models to increase their productivity, it would dramatically cut costs. The military, they'd be able to save over $8.8 billion a year if they were to use Matrix. That's one of the studies that we've done recently, and I can actually publish that one soon. And then just across any other industry as well. Matrix provides a unique utility. We're going to be pushing this very hard soon, and it's quite exciting. It's a very unique edge that we have in the market. So now, you guys have been waiting for this one. Reactor. We pushed the UI refresh to Reactor just to improve the brand imagery. And I'm going to be diving into that today. So I'm going to be walking through the product, through some of the different features. And then if you're here live, so we have Reactor everywhere currently. We have Reactor APIs. And yeah, let me just cut to the chase. And we also have the Reactor token on Virtuals, which if you are a Virtuals team and you want to connect to Reactor, all you have to do is hold the token, and voila, you get to use Reactor within the Virtuals ecosystem. But let me just visit Reactor right now so you guys can see it for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be, I'm going to be opening the web app here. Here's what we got. It's a fully updated system. You have Wolfram Alpha, you have X, Reddit, YouTube, academic search. We've also added deep search, image and news. Everything is designed to pop and to really provide a unique experience that is on par with Grok, with Claude 4 that just dropped yesterday. And this is the best UI update we've ever had out of any of our products. So really excited to walk through it. So I'm just going to log in. So you got web search, you got deep search, you got some of these different functions. I'm just going to do an example of deep search first because I'm pretty excited about that one. So you guys might be wondering why the market's a little bit down this morning. I think it's because the latest tariff was announced. Let's just see what React has to say about it. Okay. So the European Union, there's a large tariff being put on them, just because they haven't been negotiating apparently with the administration. So, all right, if I want to see the sources for this, I could just click here and go directly to the sources. You got Reuters, you got CNN, NBC. I can go directly to videos about the subject. I can pull up the videos and watch them. And I hope you guys can hear this sound, but I can pull up the videos and watch directly in Reactor, which is quite exciting, right? I have all these different sources. I just watch them in Reactor. You know what? I don't got to go anywhere else. You got images. So, and of course, these images are also linked to the news sources. So if you want to do research, Reactor is the fastest way to do it. You can see we provided over 25 sources here. and you got videos, you got news articles, you have these images that link to different news articles. Then of course we have our continual prompting as well. So we could talk about what are the potential economic impacts. And of course, these will be enlarged a little bit so you can see them a little bit better, but we got the tooltips as well. I asked about the impacts already, again, provided 25 sources. So that's deep search. It's an incredible update. And we got news as well. So you can find unbiased news using our AI. You know, nowadays everything is so polarized, it's very difficult to find news that isn't biased, but that's what you have in here. Let's learn more. Reactor will do a summary over the article. You can also search for articles. So if I search for tariff, I can pull up tariff news. If I type in any other term, I can also find articles for that as well. And then finally, we have image generation. So earlier I asked for cinematic shot of Shrek and the dragon. I got that here. And it works very quickly. So generate an image of whale leaping out of the water. It'll work on generating the image here. You know, I can go back to work. I can work on other items. And it will show up here when it's done processing. But, you know, we got web search, deep search, X. You know, I can search X for, give me trending posts on Bitcoin reaching an all-time high. It's going to search X. Oh, here we go with the image generation that loaded up. Pull that up. We got a slight bug here. But here we go. It's also formatted in Markdown, but it's showing me, or it's talking about some of the posts, you know, that are on X. You can see it's talking about exchange inflows, Bitcoin's all-time high, the road ahead, market reactions. Again, I get over 25 different sources. I got all of my different X posts here, Crypto Quant, all these different people, Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, some big influencers. And I can access X directly from Reactor as well, which is exciting. And then, of course, you got videos, right? You have images and
Yeah, the great
this
thing
is one of the competitors. They don't really have, yeah.
Yeah, just want to say that the great thing about it, about this X search features and many others, is that, you know, it allows you to summarize information from several sources without having to do research yourself. So it saves a lot of your time, really.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, you can watch the videos directly in the platform. We also have it for Reddit, for YouTube, Wolfram Alpha, for math. You got academic search as well. And then finally, we also, we push subscriptions to the platform. So now you have Reactor Prime. We believe we're going to be able to generate a lot of hype with Reactor now with improved UI, UX. Then you got the subscription plan, so we can start generating some immediate revenue. You're going to have unlimited access to Reactor. You're going to have unlimited deep search, unlimited image generation, and you're going to have priority testing and access to new features. So yeah. That's those are our updates. So guys, go to reactor.arc.ai right now. Test out the model for yourself. I'd say that it's very close to state of the art. There's been so many improvements that we've pushed across the board with chat, web search, deep search, all of these different functions for searching social media. The UI is vastly improved. You can watch videos directly in the platform. We provide over 25 sources for research questions, and mobile is also coming soon with these improvements. So you're out and about, you can boom access Reactor just like that with all of these new features. So very exciting.
Yes, absolutely. Gohan commented on X, way better than ChatGPT. You see what the users are saying.
Yep.
Glad to
Exactly.
feedback.
Exactly. I mean, we have a lot of unique features, and I mean, for anyone who's in the markets doing analysis, the searching on X is an invaluable feature. It's sort of taking the edge that Grok has, but encompassing that in our stack. And I'd say it's even better because we provide links to all the different sources that are just accessible directly in the side panel. So excellent. All right. So guys, feel free to send your questions. Matt Bay is going to be taking over for a few minutes, doing a screen share, as well as fielding some of the questions you have. And then I will be back in 5 to 10 minutes to start answering them. So
Yeah, let's go, guys.
all right.
Yeah, while we are at it, testing the new reactor, let's see what it has to offer. It has deep search. It has all of these functions. Let's say we want to do academic research, right? I'm doing a diploma thesis myself, so Reactor has been helping me a lot with with this work. It's actually a huge workload, and it allowed me to save a lot of my time. So yeah, let's just type in a question. Let's say, what is the difference between, I guess, let's say, complex and simple sentences? Again, this is not a scientific question, a pretty simple one, but it can pull up the information from different kind of sources. What's most important is these are scientific sources, right? So it still is going to have a scientific background to it. As you can see, yeah, it has all of these, community-based sources like Quora, for example. And yeah, by the names, you can see what kind of sources these are. Some research, official documentation, for example, this PDF, the 9th source. It has some videos. Yeah, you can see teachers there, so it's kind of in the context, and it can help you a lot, save a lot of your time. Let's say, explain basics of quantum physics to me. I'm not a tech person. I know nothing about it. But here you can get like a basic explanation based on scientific searches on what that is. Here you can see a detailed breakdown with 6 kind of main basics of the quantum physics. Image generation, news. Again, you can see the news. It allows you to, get news from a lot of different sources. Search for unbiased sources of information. So let's say that I wanna get some news about Ethereum. Oops. seems like it hasn't loaded up yet. Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of news about ETH this day, so this might happen from time to time. But yeah, basketball, as you can see, pretty exciting. It can summarize the news for you. Yeah, it gives a quick summary of the NBA playoffs. Yeah, it's actually pretty relevant. It already knows the information about the conference finals. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, and also talking about the image generation. Again, as TJ showcased, let's say you want to see a crocodile on the moon. I'm sure most of you guys saw like these brain rot Instagram reels with all these animals and captions in Italian language. You can generate your own brain rot memes with Reactor. I wouldn't recommend it being the main use case for Reactor, but again, you can tackle whatever tasks you can imagine with it. Yeah, let's switch back to chat, and it's all right. Here it is. Looks pretty good. Yeah, image generation doing well. And we also have Wolfram Alpha that can solve equations for you. Let me look for an example of a complex equation. Because again, if you're not a math person, and let's say you have any kind of assignment at university or school or whatever, it can help you with that. All right, so I found one. Let's see if it, all right, here is the formatting. It's pretty correct. Yeah, you can see it processing like all of the different solutions to this equation. It's a really complicated one. And it shows us that it has one solution. All right. I don't know what the real answer is. Maybe you can write down the real answer for this equation in the comments. Yeah, looks pretty good. And while we're at testing the new reactor, you can drop any kind of questions. I'm checking X, I'm checking Discord, I'm checking Telegram in live mode. So feel free to drop any questions, and we'll go through them live. And yeah, feel free to do that. Also, just wanted to drop some overall ecosystem updates while we're at it. As you know, we have several products, Matrix Protocol, Reactor, under the Arc umbrella brand, but we also have the Reactor on Virtuals and CPA as the part of the Arc ecosystem. CPA has a great use case. It is a tax agent. Right now, it works for U.S. jurisdiction. It can, basically count your tax, how much tax you owe based on the transaction history of your wallet. So it's available for Ethereum network and Base. So you just connect your wallet to the app, and it's ready to go. It provides you with a detailed report on your taxes based on the transaction history in seconds. And it can really simplify filing your taxes. And what's more exciting is that there are some pretty big partnerships for CPA in the pipeline. Hopefully we're going to announce them pretty soon, have some joint AMAs, have some exciting integrations, and just help the project move forward, because it has a solid use case. And what's also planned on the roadmap for CPA is adding more jurisdictions, more legal tax frameworks in the product. So right now we have United States jurisdiction available, but we're also going to add the European tax jurisdictions and a lot more along the way. So I know that there are a lot of our community members from all over the world, and CPA can help a lot of the crypto users simplify their tax calculation and tax filing process, speed it up to just seconds. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. All right, just gonna stay in here and see if you have any questions before TJ comes back. Again, feel free to drop them in Discord in the AMA section, in the AMA questions section, on our Telegram chat, and on X. Feel free to ask your questions wherever it's most convenient for you, first and foremost. I'm checking all of these chats live. All right. Yeah. So I demoed some new Reactor features, and I also told the community about the exciting updates and the potential partnerships we have upcoming for CPA, and just told them how great of a use case it has. So yeah,
That's great to hear.
feel free to
guys,
continue with the questions.
Yeah, and just to remind everybody, I mean, you guys saw the Reactor features for yourself, how we're able to provide these sources so quickly and accurately. You have your images, you got articles, you get videos. Don't forget, Reactor is going to be powering CPA as well, and that's part of why it can do what it does, and part of why we're so confident in its features in the future. But now that I'm back, I want to start answering some questions. So right now I'm headed to the airport, kind of in the middle of traveling. But I'd love to answer your guys' questions. So what do we have, Matt Bay?
Yeah, so we have several questions in Discord. and should I just drop them to you in the message format, or do I read them out loud?
Yeah, you can read them. That way everyone can know what they are.
All right, let's start. So we have a question from Hooligan on Discord. The question is, how mature is Matrix, and is it a worthy state to start selling services to companies? What kind of attention and traction is Matrix getting? Matrix subscriptions incorporate ARC and benefit the whole platform?
Quite a bit of attention. I'd say the product is very mature. With not just your average VCs, but your tier one guys. With the founder of Moonshot yesterday, um, one of the big shots at Metaplex and some other companies, and they're all very interested in the encryption that Matrix has to offer. Um, you know, I really think we're going to be able to sell Matrix to some big companies. And one of my focuses right now is actually selling it to the federal government and the military. I believe the encryption that it offers is going to dramatically cut costs and improve operational efficiency across all the different departments. And it's quite the product. I mean, you guys saw the videos. We can post them again here over the next week and today. But you can take any AI model out there, you can encrypt it right out of the box, and now all of a sudden it's yours, right? It's owned by your private key. It's owned by you, which is huge because they might say they're not using your data for training, but any engineer can just look at what you're doing, see exactly what you're using it for, and all of these different industries, and especially the government, can't have that. They need privacy, they need confidentiality, and so do the end users. And that's what Matrix has to offer. It's if you think about it, when the NSA developed SHA 256, which is Shor's algorithm or the encryption that the internet runs on today, it allowed everybody to use the internet because all of a sudden you didn't have people listening in on every single event because the servers were open. It's essentially what we're providing for AI, and it's huge. The product's mature. We have some great discussions going on, and some fantastic case studies as well. Like I mentioned earlier, if the government were to incorporate Matrix in every agency, we could save over 100 billion a year. If just the military incorporated it, we could save over $8.8 billion a year. So it's a fantastic product, and I'm.
Yeah, thank you, DJ. Another question. We have several questions from Jenna. Thank you, Jenna, for paying attention
Awesome.
and showing interest. Yeah, we see your activity in all of the community chats. Really appreciate it.
Yep.
So the first question is kind of a philosophical take to our product market fit. The question is,
Okay.
are RKI products being built out of a need or just to have something different? What would you say, TJ?
I'd say they're built out of a need. Um, in the past, with the NFT marketplace, we tried to differentiate our offering. That was more out of having something different, but this is a need, right? The market needs a better AI model that can run more efficiently. That's Reactor. The market needs AI encryption. Can't use AI right now unless they spend billions on data centers and millions in fine tuning and training. Matrix solves that. And Protocol continues to solve issues whenever it comes to auditing new tokens, investing in new tokens, as well as providing growth for all the different products through Earn with ARC. So all of our products are being built out of a market need and out of listening to the community. Because in the past, when we didn't listen, we made some mistakes. But now listening to the community, doing proper research, utilizing connections properly instead of trying to do things without any connections. I'd say now we're poised better than ever, and we are building it for a fundamental market need.
Yes, sir. Thank you, TJ. Another question. Are there any potential buyers of the privacy product for the AI chat? I think that it means Matrix.
Yeah, I'd say there's potential buyers. I would say not really buyers though. I use more the term investor. Um, there's I'd say there's plenty out there, right? There's the VCs I mentioned. There's the different companies. Uh, for example, if the government were to invest, usually what they do is they own a large percentage to secure their investment, making sure that it's U.S. based as well. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of interest, and I'd say potential prospective investors.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. Does the security patch to make AI chat more private going to be the current main product? Again, I guess this is a question about Matrix again.
Yeah. So, really, our main focus is going to be on what generates the most attention and revenue for the company, uh, which is always good for the downstream effects for the community. So, I think with the new reactor, you guys saw the UI and the UX earlier, especially being pushed on mobile. It provides an experience like none other. But then Matrix as well is huge. If Matrix takes off and companies and governments use it to encrypt their AI models, it's going to be a game changer. So, of course, if that's providing less revenue, we focus on that. But at the end of the day, ARC still remains the central utility token for all of our products, and the access point for our products as well for Earned with ARC.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, on this note, we also have a token related question. So
Yep.
the question is, the Ethereum ARC price does affect its products. The higher the token price, the more eyes on the actual products, as people see it as being strongly supported. Does the team plan to use that to its advantage and try to pump the price? A token with the same product at a cent and another one at $1 with the same supply, etc., look totally different, and more will look at the dollar token as it looks like it's being used and invested into.
I beg to differ on that regard. Um, I mean, with ARC doing well, it's kind of just really a big part of that is just the market in general, the macro landscape, right? Yeah, if or when alt season comes, that generally affects pricing dynamics on mid cap and micro cap coins in a very positive way, regardless of the product. And if you compare our product suite and our website and brand arc.ai to any other coin around our price, they don't have the same presence, they don't have the same community, and their products are not near as polished or good. So I'd say yes, while it somewhat does affect the adoption of the products, I think it's actually the opposite. The adoption of the products will affect the adoption of the utility coin, especially with Matrix, especially with the reactor product out there. And if you want to have access holding a certain amount of ARC, uh, just makes a lot more sense, both from experience and from market research.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always been like that here at ARC. Utility comes first, real products come first, and even if the token pumps, if the market feels good, it's just a good add-on to what's happening here in terms of building out a real product and solving real user problems.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. It looks like that's it for the questions that were submitted before the AMA. Yeah, again, just going to reiterate, just in case, you can drop your questions on Telegram, on Discord, in the AMA questions section.
Do we have any questions on YouTube?
No questions on YouTube yet.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Well, we're going to hang around for a few minutes. This recording will be available later. We're going to be posting it. Feel free to ask questions after the fact as well. We could probably post the couple minutes. More questions.
Yeah, just going to hang out for some time. See if you have any questions left.
Any more? Great. Well, now I think would be a great time to close out. So again, guys, there's major progress across the board. You've seen the website updates. Our brand is better than ever. The community is roaring back, especially with this market and what's going on in the market for products. Well, seen the reactor updates, guys. You can check that. The image generation in the world. We have news and video. None of them from an experience matrix, something unique that no competitor out there has. A unique system that can encrypt any AI model out of the box, which provides a huge value to the market, potentially saving tens and tens of billions of dollars if we're to work with the government or any other very large organization. So very exciting progress across the board, guys. Make sure that you keep asking questions and you keep being involved in the community, and very confident in all of our developments across the board. So thank you, everyone, for attending, and this was the state of the art. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and let's keep accelerating.